Alright, go to take off the 3D glasses. Put them in the same spot, either on your knee, around your neck, somewhere safe. We'll use them again one more time, but I will tell you before you have to put them back on. I will literally say to you, put on your 3D glasses. Gotcha. Now, for King Kong 360 3D, Peter Jackson had a lot of help from this group over at What Digital. Now, if you haven't heard the name before, What Digital is the same team that put together, of course, King Kong, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, Avatar, and the Hobbit movies. So the feeling of movement there, what we call a gimbal system. We're only moving a few pieces to the left and to the right. Screens, those are 4 stories tall, 18 stories long, and we use 16 different projections to make those 3D movies.
About 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to you is a hell of a line.
You have no idea how true that is. In fact, I did the math the other day. I wanted to figure out how many times have I been to our King Kong attraction. And I figured it out 3,200 times. And I still think it's awesome. I really do. I love going through there. I can't wait. Now, if you put away those cameras, this is a great time to get those cameras back out. You're going to point them over here to your left because we're coming up to some of our production vehicles. These are the picture cars featured in several of the movies and TV shows of Universal. Now, as we go through here, I'll point out a couple things. First and foremost, people always ask me at the end of the tour, Bobby, what happened to the DeLorean from Back to the Future? Where is it? We used to have it over here, but we had an issue. You see people that were working on the lot would try to sneak over here, get a picture of the DeLorean, and when they were done, they would try to take a piece of the DeLorean with them as a souvenir. They had to take the whole thing, fix it, put it under glass. It's now at the Peterson Auto Museum here in LA, by the way. It's really cool. And I don't know if they still have it, but they had a really great exhibit on Ferraris. Is it still there? Yeah. Awesome. Now, we can't talk about cars without talking about Fast and the Furious. Now, Fast and the Furious 7. When that movie came out in theaters, it was the highest opening weekend in the history of filmmaking. It became the fastest movie ever to make $1 billion. It took them 16 days. They held that record for a couple weeks until a movie called Jurassic World came out. Then that made $1 billion in 13 days. They held the record for a couple months, by the way, until a little movie called Star Wars came out a couple years ago. Star Wars, yeah. We're a little bitter here at Universal Studios because we were originally supposed to make the movie Star Wars, but we turned it down. Here's what happened. George Lucas was working with us on a movie called American Graffiti. You guys might have seen that. And he had this idea for the space western. Well, think about it. At that time, westerns were out 20 years before that. Sci-fi movies were B movies. They were up 40 years before that. They said, no, we'll pass. This kind of thing happens all the time. In fact, a lot of studios didn't want to do Jurassic Park. We wanted to do Jurassic Park. Steven Spielberg wanted to do it with us. And then we had 3 Jurassic Park movies and Jurassic World. Remember this scene from Jurassic World? You might not know this. The guy there in the straw? That's Jimmy Buffett. He's protecting those margaritas. You know what else is in the movie? Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. That's what we call a cameo appearance. You know what just opened on City Walk? Jimmy Buffett's Margaritaville. You're welcome. Yeah, great example of product placement. Now, we're going to take it back, though, to the original Jurassic Park trilogy. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome.
To Jurassic Park.
Who does it so much better than I do? Right now we're coming up to some of the production vehicles from the original Jurassic Park films. Now you might notice that some of the vehicles have the logos on it. For example, the one that we passed by earlier on had the Mercedes-Benz. They actually debuted that car in the movie. Some of the other logos are covered up. Over here on the left, you're also going to see the mobile lab from Lost World Jurassic Park. That mobile lab is completely made out of plywood. Look at the back end, you can see it's starting to splinter. The reason why? For this shot, it's much easier to dang a plywood car on the side of the cliff. Jurassic World did very well. Very excited about that. For those of you who are fans of Fast and the Furious, you might not know this, but after Fast and the Furious 7 came out, they quickly greenlit 8, 9, and 10.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah. Now weather is a hard thing to come by here in Southern California. We don't get a lot of weather, so we have to create all the weather you see on your screen. So right now we're going to call upon America's favorite weatherman, Al Roker.
Hi everybody, here's today's forecast for the Universal Backlot. It's going to be sunny and dry in 6 Points, Texas. Cool and fine and really good. Expect snow and sleet on New York Street. And we've got a high
guys, will you stop? If any of the kids want to stand up so they can see better, they can.
Amity
Just don't
Island,
stand on the seats,
and
okay?
Island Blah. That's your forecast for today. Now here's a look at what's going on in your neck of the lot.
All right, here's our neck of the lot. Take a look to your left. We got thunder, lightning, and rain. Always on cue. Our rain is simply an overhead sprinkler system out of the camera's view, which shoots the water up in the air, falls down naturally like falling rain. What do you guys think? Does it look good? Do some of you feel like you're back home? That's the real question. Now keep in mind the rain does not have to go everywhere. It really just needs to go in front of the lens of the camera. We'll put the additive on the other side, and we'll spritz them down with some water. Now the rain looks good, but we have an issue. In LA, we don't get a lot of rain. Not at all. So the problem is if we leave this rain on for too long, it does lead to flash floods like the one that's headed right for us. Remember, if you're in a blue seat, you will be getting wet, but only if you're one of the blue seats. And you all realize you're all in blue seats. I warned you. Well, that wasn't enough for you guys in the first car? All right, here you go. This flash flood here is produced by using thousands of gallons of recycled water pumped to the top of the hill, then released on cue. We then take that water and put in the drinking fountains up at the theme park. I just really want to see who's paying attention. That's not true at all, by the way. This was used in a movie called Big Fat Liar with Frankie Muniz, Amity Island, and Paul Giamatti. Paul Giamatti is in one of my favorite miniseries. You know, I know around the holidays people always have their movie that they like to watch. During 4th of July, I always watch the miniseries John Adams. If you ever get a chance, you gotta watch it. Paul Giamatti actually won an Emmy Award for that. Right now we're in our little Alamo part of Old Mexico sets. This was used in Indiana Jones' King of the Crystal Skull. Lady Gaga was in that music video, or was in that Fountain for a music video called Judas. And if you guys watch The Last Man on Earth, this is all featured in The Last Man on Earth as Mexico. Also, by the way, if you guys watch the TV show Westworld, everything we're going through right now is part of Westworld. Now, do we have any Aussies on our tour today? Oh, a couple Aussies. Hey, guys, welcome, welcome. Did you guys bring any Tim Tams with you? Oh, I'm sad now. All right, now Australians, take a look to your right. That is Australia. I didn't want you to feel homesick, so I wanted you to see what home looks like. Now I gotta ask, is that what Australia looks like? They just said absolutely. They feel like the back home. That was an awful Australian accent, by the way. That was really bad. I'm sorry, by the way, for that. That was me trying, I have to admit. No, that was Australia about 110 years ago for a movie called Saving Mr. Banks, about the making of Mary Poppins. All the flashback scenes to Australia, they wanted to film it in our hometown in Australia. The problem is our home city looks like a modern city, like it does anywhere else around the world. So this became Australia about 110 years ago. Here's the way this area looks when they're filming.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Time don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal Island.
I heard this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot their Western.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot.
Sounds so tall.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town when we get you good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on it, Doc.
I just work out.
Yes.
Now, what do you guys notice different on your screens compared to what you see around us? Dirt. Yeah, we actually bring in special Hollywood dirt for these seats. There is such a thing as Hollywood dirt. What we do is we sift out all the small particles. The reason why is if we leave those in when a horse goes down the street or a character goes down the street, we turn into dust and then put the lens of the camera. There's a company quite often we go to get the dirt. Name of the company? Hollywood Dirt. Yeah. Now, guys, I want to let you know a couple quick things. First, we're about halfway through our tour. Just to give you that heads up, so if you have an emergency, just pull that cord or levy. I'll come back to assist you. We're also going to be coming up to a quiet zone for the TV show Home and Family. We're going to go right past where they're filming.
No place like home and family. Hi, Universal Studio fans. I'm Mark Steinis.
And I'm
ask that we stay off the microphone again so I don't end up on their soundtrack. When we do have that quiet zone, then you guys are welcome to talk like yourselves, and then I'll be able to talk to you guys again in a little bit. Really quickly though, right in front of us is our European sense. The idea behind this is it could be any European country you want it to be. We just have to change the languages and the signs of the flags flying the windows. You'll notice each side of a lot of the buildings here are painted different colors. The idea behind that is each side becomes a different filming location. This area was used in Princess Diaries 2, a royal engagement. This is where the parade took place. If you guys watch Pirates of the Caribbean, they filmed over here. Right now it's set up for the TV show The Good Place with Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. If you guys watch a new show called SEAL Team, they filmed here. The Orville filmed here as well. Also, all those great horror movies like Dracula and Frankenstein, The Bride of Frankenstein, The House of Frankenstein, filmed here as well. All right, guys, we are now coming up to that quiet zone. I'll be back in just a moment. Aussies, what part of Australia are you from? Nice! I was in Australia last November, and it was wonderful. We were in Brisbane, Sydney, no Melbourne, sorry. I know! Next time, I want to go to Melbourne, Tasmania, and Perth. You think so? You think November's still a good time to go? It's gonna be hot, yeah. See, I don't mind the heat, but what I'm not used to is the humidity. That's the thing that gets to me. You know, I live in LA. We've been getting humid here recently, but not like you guys get it. Yeah. And no Tim Tams, huh? You guys are always trying to pawn that stuff off on the rest of this world. You always happen to have a bottle of it just right now. Are you trying to get it out of your country? Do what we did, just dump it in the ocean.
Everybody spreads it so thick, and you're not supposed to.
You know, the reason why is we think it's like peanut butter, because that's the consistency. The only time I liked it is with a grilled cheese sandwich, Munster cheese, a little bit of the Vegemite. Perfect.
It goes really well on like thick butter, a little bit of Vegemite on toast.
I tried it. Can't do it. Can't do it. Listen, I'll do this. I'll try your Vegemite if you're willing to eat a peanut butter jelly sandwich. Really? I say that to an Australian. Most of the time they give me such a cringe. It's like peanut butter jelly. You mean jam? That's what they always say. You guys like it though? You're good people. Good people. I like it. Alright guys, thanks for your patience there. On your screen, you're going to see an episode of the TV show Bones that was shot inside of here. Look to your left, you're going to see the posters for American Express and Coca-Cola. That's product placement. Oh, sorry about that, a little quick. We get those all the time here in Southern California. Now, you'll notice something else kind of interesting over here. Oh, alright guys, this might be the big one. Hang on tight, guys. Make sure to stay in those seats. Take a look on the left-hand side next to car number 3. You're cold. Really quick, big one. 8.3 the cell itself at about 25 minutes. Every 2.5 minutes. Take a look on your screen. Here's where the earthquake looked to the TV show Bones. Now you didn't like that.
Look at the fire.
slow things down. You're in LA. We're going to take you to the beach. We're going to go to Amity Island. Now, there was an issue here with a shark. Don't worry, guys. We caught the shark. Just took us 4 movies, but we're